What a wet and rainy day it is out here, but rain or shine, nothing's gonna stop me from getting it. You know, one of the most important things while you're getting money while driving is to make sure that you're not running red lights and that your driving habits are very safe. Because if you're speeding around, if you're driving erratically, recklessly, and putting yourself at risk of getting a ticket from the police officers, what else are you doing besides just cutting down on your profits? Like, you gotta watch out how you're driving, because ultimately those tickets and whatnot can really cut into your paycheck while you're doing ride sharing. Uber has a lot of technology. They're a software company, so if you're driving and speeding, doing some fast accelerations or sudden braking, Uber's algorithm records all that. They know that your passengers aren't feeling safe in the car because of how you're driving. The Dashcam that I'm talking into right now is called the Van True Pro. It's available on Amazon. When I got it, it was about $200, but it records both the inside and the outside of the vehicle. So if you're driving and you're being distracted because you want to record yourself driving or whatnot, that is going to be more of a risk for your driving behavior. So investing in a good dash cam that'll record both the inside and outside of the vehicle, I highly recommend it. I'll leave the link to the camera description in the box below. Doing things like leaving waters for people or candies for people, these things really aren't necessary. Like, at first, I thought that this kind of stuff would bring more tips to me, but it's really about the experience that you're providing for the passengers. If you're giving good, friendly service and just chit-chatting with them in a good, lighthearted manner, then I think that customers will tip you more. I remember the first couple of rides that I was given, I was just excited to accept new passengers. Like, I enjoy connecting with new people, and generally it's just my character to be open and friendly with them, and I just have that enthusiastic kind of attitude with life, and I'm very confident and have a very positive outlook on things. And the first couple of times that I picked up a passenger, I got tipped $20 from each of these passengers in cash. So it's a great feeling when you're getting tipped $20 and the ride only came out to like $10, right? I listen to a lot of different kinds of podcasts in the morning, and one of the things that I've discovered is this app recently, and if you haven't downloaded it, it's called Fare Pilot. Fare, F-A-R-E. Okay, F as in Frank, A as in Adam, R as in Ralph, E as in Elephant, and Pilot. And what this app does is it tracks the different kinds of events that's going around in a certain area, in a certain geographic area. You could request hotspots. You can find out what time events are ending in the area. So let's say that there's a Cowboys versus Seahawks game in Dallas, Fort Worth area, and you find out it's going to end at 3 o'clock. This app will tell you that it's ending at 3 o'clock. So when that game is out, there's definitely going to be a mad rush of customers that are going to be looking for ride sharing. Very useful app to have. So for example, this app, like when I'm pushing on different dates, I could see like on Sunday, Shreveport Municipal Memorial Auditorium, between 7:30 and 10:30, there's an event going on. each of these things that you're clicking on have different functions. If you click on this offers tab, you can earn up to $150 a month doing in-car advertising or in-car entertainment. You can find different ways to maximize your ride-sharing profits. Rent pre-approved ride-share vehicles, Southern California only, $25 bonus credit. The ultimate guide for Uber and Lyft drivers from the rideshare guy. Excellent book I've read. There's so much material jam-packed in that book. If you haven't expanded your knowledge in learning different things in your industry, you gotta expand and learn more, because if you're not learning and growing, you're not growing your wallet and your pockets, your paycheck. And that's ultimately what we're here about, is to get more money and learn new things. Now I'm driving a Toyota 4Runner. I love driving this vehicle. It's high off the road, it's very safe. It might not be the best on gas, but hey, I live in Texas where gas is less than $2 a gallon right now. I'm not really concerned about that. And the more that you drive around with platforms such as Lyft, you get gas rewards too. So you can write off all that stuff, and generally picking up customers and dropping them off, I've done the calculations, you're doing, even if this gets like 18 miles a gallon, you're doing profit zone, you're doing green zone. But if you're really gonna further your investment, it's good to get a very gas efficient vehicle like a Prius, or I've even debated about getting a Model 3 or a used Model S, or I don't know, it's kind of a stretch, a Model X SUV. It's like one of my dream cars that I want in the future, just because they don't require any kind of fuel fill-ups. They're all electric vehicles and they have like a 300-mile range. But to buy 100,000 cars so that it can get torn down because of passengers just getting in and out of your car, I think a good investment would be to have leather seats in that kind of a vehicle. When you're inside the Lyft or the Uber app, you can configure which navigation app that you want to use. I have mine set up to go to Waze because it shows all the different construction zones, the speed limits, where cops are hiding, if there's any traffic or not, so you know whether to take a detour or not. That's the last thing you want to do, is go down this construction zone, and the next thing you know, this happened to me before, true story, I was going down the wrong way. It was a one-way street. Amazingly, that customer tipped me $3 for that trip. I was telling her, hey look, I think this is a one-way street. You know this better than I do. But I guess she didn't know that. And I could have gotten a ticket going down the wrong way. So learn from my mistake. You know, use Waze to avoid construction zones. It saves time and it's more safe. It's a rainy day, it's a rainy day. Also, it is tax season. Taxes! We all gotta pay taxes. Just because you're doing rideshare, don't think you don't have to pay taxes. Think again. As a rideshare driver, you are an independent contractor. So it's owning your own business. And the good thing about that is that you can write off a lot of expenses. Anytime you go fill up your gas, that's a business expense. Anytime you're getting oil changes done, that's a business expense. The smartphone mount that you got your phone to navigate that you purchased from Amazon, you can write that as a business expense. Insurance, your cell phone bill that you use the data to monitor where to pick up your customers from and drop them off at. All of that stuff can be written off as business expenses. One great app that I use to track my mileage is called Intuit. And with Lyft, I learned about this app. It automatically tracks how far that I drove, and whether I want to categorize it as a personal or business expense, because believe it or not, you can write off your mileage at the end of the year and save some money. Now through this Intuit app, there's quarterly taxes that are filed, and the good thing about this app is that they help you keep track of everything, how much you need to pay. And that's why I really enjoy paying. I don't mind paying the $12 a month to do this.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Cooking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up in the park.